Happy 28th of October. I have my shirt on and I'm excited for Halloween. It's just right around the corner. But better yet, 23 days away from my surgery, my weight loss surgery. So I wanted to make this video about 10 fears that I have around the surgery of my choice. Now, as you guys have known, I've decided to do the Duodenal Switch or Duodenal Switch. Anywho, I probably should figure that out first. I decided on the Duodenal Switch for many reasons actually, but one of them being that I've heard that there's a 70% longevity or weight loss when it comes to the duodenal switch versus the sleeve. The sleeve's only 60%. You only lose 60% of your body fat. And also with the duodenal switch, I have also heard or read that the longevity of keeping the weight off is better, which helps with my concerns of what I want to do. However, when I was looking through the internet, I just really couldn't relate to anyone who was getting the duodenal switch, and so I wanted to create these videos for those people that could be going through what I'm going through, or what I will be going through. So my top 10 fears that I have, and obviously you would be inhuman to not have any fears when it comes to a surgery, such as any weight loss surgery actually, but my top 10, and they're in no order at all, are the first one that we're going to talk about is I'm super nervous about the dumping when it comes to diarrhea and gas that I've heard about. Now, I've heard a couple things, and I know everybody's body is different, but I've heard that some people have severe diarrhea, and I've heard for some people that goes away, but I'm not getting thin and wanting to become more active in life in general and improve my quality of life to have problems with diarrhea and gas. I mean, that would just sort of, I'm exchanging one problem for another. So I do have a consultation before surgery, a couple weeks before surgery with my doctor. I do have a list of questions that I'm going to follow up with him on, but I have heard that that's just as you're losing weight in the first 6 to 9 months after you have surgery, and then after that it tends to go away, your body starts normalizing. So that's definitely a concern and a fear that I have when it comes to getting the surgery done. I'm just saying. 2, now my second, I'm a little worried about the dehydration. I've heard multiple people when it comes to weight loss surgery that people have, that there's concern around dehydration. They want you drinking so much water. And see, I'm used to growing up and playing sports where I literally would just guzzle the water down, and I love guzzling water. Can't do that. And I know after your body sort of exits the shock factor of having surgery, and that's different for everyone, your body starts adapting more, and you start learning more about your body and knowing what you can and can't do. And I've heard people afterwards that, of course, it initially was hard to drink water, but then afterwards they sort of got the hang of things. So that's one thing, a little concern I have. I don't want to become dehydrated. I mean, all types of problems start happening if you get dehydrated. So that's another problem. Third, I am definitely concerned about hair loss. I don't have extensions in my hair, but I'm a little concerned about that. I don't know. I know it's natural to lose some hair when it comes to shocking your body into a different way of being. But the hair loss is something that I'm just a little bit concerned with. Obviously the people that I've watched, they still have hair. So, and my hair is thin, surprisingly, compared to most. And so I don't have a lot of hair to really lose. I do an illusion to having more hair. But anyway, I'm a little concerned with hair loss. But if it happens, it happens. You know, my body will grow back and get used to things like hair grows back. So, but anyway, that is a little concern to see how my body adjusts to that. And I don't know how that will be for me. So 4, I'm nervous for complications, because for those of you that know that I got the lap band, I had major complications when it came to the lap band. My body just did not like that. My body did not like restrict a foreign object in my body. I mean, I just had all different types of complications. It really didn't work the best for me, and I felt like I went through a lot in hopes that it would work. Just didn't. And so trying to get it out and dealing with the infection and hospital stay, I mean, it was a horrific time in my life. And so obviously this is a little more invasive, a little bit more intense of a surgery, more permanent of a surgery. And so of course I have the fear of something going wrong, but I have my mind a little bit at ease knowing that my insurance is paying for it. But I've also talked to a lot of people and they say very rarely does something happen wrong when it comes to this surgery, but I don't know, it's just a fear. 5, I am a little concerned about like eating with other people. I don't know. I mean, I'll tell people about the surgery as I'm ready, but like I'm nervous about like awkwardness when it comes to, I don't know, when it comes to dating, when it comes to being that chick that orders like off like something tiny. I'm not trying to impress you. It's just like literally all I can eat. I don't know, just not. I mean, don't get me wrong, I got those friends, like, I got you girl, and they'll be eating off my plate. So don't worry about that. But I don't know, I just don't want it to be super awkward. And I guess it will be until I just figure it out. But that's sort of a fear I have when it comes to eating with other people. Obviously my family's gonna be cool with it, but like, I don't know, it'll just be a different type of experiment or experience when it comes to me experimenting on how I'm going to do that or get around that. Anyway, so that's a little bit of a fear. 6, I am definitely a little nervous when it comes to the energy part of all this. I have suffered with not having enough energy, which is part of weight gain as well. But I want to be able to be active and have more energy, get up and go, get things done. And which is part of the reason why I'm having this surgery. But I would be lying if I didn't say that I don't know, like if something happens, if there's a complication, if I actually end up being less energetic than I already am. I mean, that's a fear of mine. It's important for me to have more energy and I want to be more healthy, which is ultimately why I'm doing this. So that's a bit of a fear of mine. 7, okay. Swallowing meds or vitamins, okay, that I'm the type of girl, I can take a whole fistful of vitamins and swallow them all at once. So obviously that's the problem. But I'm a little nervous that, and this might be right after surgery, obviously there's some medications that I still have to take. And so I'm like a little nervous about what that will be like when it comes to swallowing meds or when it comes to swallowing vitamins, which I know there's some vitamins that you can dissolve, like right after surgery, they probably would recommend the ones that are dissolvable originally, but I plan on taking biotin and definitely things for hair and nail growth to help in that aspect, and so those are actually swallowable pills. And so that's another question that I have when it comes to meeting with my doctor. I'm going to obviously get the vitamins that he suggests and take his counsel on that, but in the long run I'm wondering how swallowing of vitamins and all that's going to be if I just have like a limited space down there to keep it all, because I know if you don't eat food when you swallow vitamins you get really sick, like that nauseous feeling when you don't eat it with food. I don't know how that's all gonna work. So I want to obviously be able to up my game when it comes to vitamins and up my game when it comes to getting the nutrients that I need, but I don't know what that looks like yet. And so that sort of makes me nervous because I'll do everything I can to prevent some of the fears that I have, but I don't know the limitations on my body yet. And so I don't know. That sort of brings me into 8. I am nervous about vitamin deficiencies. I've heard horror stories about people who either don't take their vitamins or they end up in the hospital because of not taking their, I mean, just multiple things about being deficient in vitamins, and obviously that can really screw with a lot of things. My problem right now is probably that I get too much vitamins and I have too much going on, but I'm nervous because I don't want to be deficient in any vitamins. I don't want to cause more problems for myself. So I know if I upkeep and I do the things that I am supposed to do, I'm hoping for the best results, but I don't know what that looks like. So That's another concern. 9. Okay, and probably the number one thing, I mean, I don't know, but I am like severely nervous about the mental games your body plays with you, your mind plays with you when it comes to these surgeries. I remember when I got the lap band that I would still get a big plate of food, even if I couldn't like eat it all originally. And so obviously I've got that to overcome when it comes to what your mind remembers you can eat and really what you can. So then also when it comes to different cravings, you obviously need to make sure that you're getting the proper proteins and nutrients into your body first. I don't know. I've heard and seen people on YouTube that have talked about their cravings and wanting things so badly that they'll stick things in their mouth and eat it and then spit it out because they can't digest it right away, or I don't know. And honestly, it's been really hard for me as I've like gone through and lost the 25 pounds to obtain this surgery. I mean, the struggle's real. Your cravings still are there even if you get the surgery, and I think that's important to know. I mean, and that's definitely something I recognize. I still am going to be a hormonal around when, time of month, and I'm going to still want all the chocolate. And I don't know how that's going to be when it comes to having a limitation on my body. And so I don't know the mental games that I'm going to have to play with myself or I will be up against when it comes to what I'm doing. Sometimes I wonder if I'm strong enough. Like, I want really good results, but ultimately, like, I'm like everyone else. And so I don't know what that looks like for me. So the mental games sort of make me nervous. I'm a little nervous on what I'm going to have to go up against, but I don't know. I just will have to take each one as they come and just remember that it's all not going to hit you all at once. But I think it'll be like I don't know. I hope it'll be like a slow process getting in things. I don't know. But the mental games is definitely something that I'm a little nervous about. And I hope I'm strong enough for that one. So the mental games is number 9. 10. Okay. So the 10th thing that I'm obviously concerned about is it not working, and it just not working for me and me gaining all the weight back. That is a definite concern. The lap band for me did not work. And so I lost like 45, 42 pounds with that. And I ended up having to get it taken out because of complications. So this is pretty permanent. So I'm nervous. I don't know what to expect, and I am a little skeptical, but I'd be lying if I'm not saying that I'm nervous it's not going to work at all. I don't know. I'm nervous that it'll be good for a little bit, and I don't know. The horror stories if you hear of people going through extreme measures to lose weight and then gaining the weight back, like that's obviously a concern, and I would feel devastated, but that is definitely a fear of mine. And so I'm not going into this without fears of my own. I'm not going into this with blinders on. It's almost like I want everything open. I want to know everything, my eyes wide open. And then after the surgery, sort of just focus in and close that, focus on me. So I'm looking at every possible scenario, everything that could go wrong. Obviously, trying to prevent and do the best of what I can on my end and just hoping things go well. I do have confidence in the surgeon that I'm using. Like I said before, he came highly recommended, and so he knows what he's doing. He's had a good run, and so I am definitely looking into that and knowing that I'm in good hands. But, sometimes surgeries are as good as you make them out to be, and as good as you use them and you use the tool, and a lot depends on you. And so, I don't know. I'm hoping it all works out. But other than that, those would be my top 10 fears that I have when it comes to having surgery. And my surgery is in 23 days. It's right around the corner. And so I'm nervous, but I'm excited too. I mean, even though I do have these fears, there's so much more. I need to be more focused, and I am really focused on the things that I'm going to be obtaining rather than things that I'm afraid of or that I'll be losing. So it is definitely important to look forward for the progress and the things that you'll be obtaining. And so that is definitely something I'm looking into and excited about. And I'm excited for this journey, and I have a great support system with me. So I have a lot of good things around me, and I feel confident, as confident as I could be. So anyway, so far I've appreciated all your comments and your support and just the camaraderie I feel with other people that are in the weight loss challenge of their lives. I don't know, I just feel like it's great. And if you have any comments, write them. If you want to see more of these videos, subscribe. So anyway, I'm excited, and of course I have my fears too, but overall I'm pretty excited.